Hey, Smart Lab. We know that SMART is an acronym, and the R in SMART stands for research. And this is definitely a research project. So our first thing says, learn about each artist that will inspire our 12 works of art. You will create an information slide for each artist. Follow the format on the sample slide. Well, the first thing when doing research is you want to know, what do you need to know? So let's look at this slide that we're asking here. So it's asking us for the place of the birth, the birth to date, so that's their lifespan, the primary style of art, a fun fact. It's also asking you to look at several works by the artist and pick a favorite image. Then analysis is asking you to look at the things and look at the main features like the color. Why did you pick it over the others? And the final one is kind of interesting. It's an introduction. Great news, the artist is coming to your classroom. Write an introduction that you want to get your classmates excited about the visit. Well, this is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to need to find a site that's going to give me birth, lifespan, primary art style. Image, I'm definitely going to need some pictures to copy and paste. Analysis, well, that's really you. You're going to have to actually look at those pictures. And then introduction, you're going to need to know some things about that artist to make it fun. Now, one of the things that you might interestingly think of is going out here to Google. So if I go right to Google and I type in Leonardo da Vinci, oh, look, it popped right up there. Holy cow! Look at the number of results that came back in less than a second. There's a lot of information. So sometimes the problem with doing Google is there's just too much information and you can't sort through it. Now I could see that right here is that born and death. And he was 5'9". That's interesting. But this is overwhelming. So let me show you a better place to start your research. So you're going to go to your ClassLink page. And on ClassLink, there's an icon that looks like this. It's Gale. Now you should only have one. I have one for each of my schools. So you're going to click on Gale. And then it's going to come up, and we're going to start here at the elementary section. And in Gale is going to be Florida's electronic library. So I look here at the basic sections, and I see there's one on art and music. So I can click over here to art and music. Under art and music, I have musicians, actors, art, famous artists, music. Well, I definitely want artists. Now, this is not going to be a comprehensive study of all artists, but it's going to give you a selection, and I happen to see Leonardo da Vinci right here, so I click there. Now, the great thing about the Gale site is it will read it to you. If you put your cursor at the beginning and turn the sound on.
Leonardo da Vinci was an Italian artist. Leonardo da Vinci.
Now, I know that's a recorded voice. It's not the best, but if you want it read to you, you can definitely use it. Now, wait a minute. Right here, I would find there are some quick facts. Maybe I want one of those as my fun fact. Then if I go down, there are book articles, news articles, magazines, bibliographies, pictures. Oh, wait. So I want to get some pictures of his work. So let's see if it's there. So I'm looking at these pictures. Oh, I do see the Mona Lisa, the one they keep talking about, and the Last Supper. So I could, if the Mona Lisa is my favorite one, I could do a copy paste or a snippet and put it in my thing. But I haven't found that where was he born information yet. So let's go back here. If I look under biographies, I'm going to try the first one. Notice here I only have 3 instead of all of the ones out on Google. I'm going to try this one. Now, here's another thing. You can switch it to reading levels. If you find that it's too hard, try a different level. Also, again, it will read it to you. Oh, look. Here's when he was born, where he was born, and when he died. And he had some other names: Words to Know, Childhood, Learned to Paint, Taking His Time. Wow, this is a fun fact. He once painted 6 paintings, but it took him 17 years. So you can look through here, personal information. Son of Pierre Carter, nah. Whoa! The painting is worth a lot of money. It's worth nearly $800 million. Wow! And he worked on her smile for 10 years? Wow, that's an interesting fact about that. So using Gale, I can do my research, and I can do it in a much quicker fashion. So rather than searching all over Google, I can choose to use Gale. So one of the sites that I want you to use for today's research is Gale. Good luck on your research.